Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. If you are new to the channel, I do mostly pick a card readings. Sometimes I record some meditations, which I have to get back to, but today I am going to be doing a messages from. It's a series that has been going on for a few months now, and it's messages from a specific deity, and we are going to continue that with the goddess Artemis. And she is the Greek goddess of wild animals, hunt, vegetation, and childbirth. She's also a moon goddess. The goddess Artemis is known to have her bow and arrow with her, and it is known that she has perfect aim with a bow and arrow and the ability to change herself and others into animals. So shapeshifter goddess is what we have here with Artemis. In addition to that, she is known as a healing goddess, and like I said, she is a moon goddess as well. She is the sister of Apollo and a very popular goddess in the Greek tradition. So today we are going to be looking at messages from Artemis. What requires focus and dedication? What requires your full attention, your dedication, your commitment, and your focus? Because when we are taking action, it's important to have focused action, intentional action. So that is what we are going to be looking at here. What Artemis has to say about that for you. And we have three options. Option number one is going to be this Artemis Ritual Oil. Option number two is going to be the moon earrings. And option number three is this arrowhead, and it is made from obsidian. So take a minute to pause the video if you need to. Ask yourself which pile has a message for you, and let's jump right into the reading. Hello, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you are drawn to the Artemis Goddess of the Hunt Ritual Oil. I'm going to put that right there. So as a reminder, it is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And we are looking at messages from the goddess Artemis. What requires your focus and commitment at this time? Take a look at what we have with Tarot, Four of Pentacles. For some of you, money matters. Justice, the Moon. There could be some shadow work that needs to be done. Something along the lines of Ace of Swords. Okay, so for some of you, actually gonna move that a little bit back. So let's get started here. With the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles is a card of trying to control, trying to figure out, what needs to go where and how it needs to happen, and trying to have a hold on how those things are going to unfold. Thing is, in reality, humans, we don't really have control over anything. Even when we feel like we have control, we ultimately do not. So we also have justice with this Four of Pentacles. So this sense of bringing things back into balance, as well as karma. As soon as I saw the Four of Pentacles, for some of you, this is about focusing on your money goals and what it is that you want to achieve. For others of you, this is about you figuring out, focusing on what you want. Because I feel like for some of you, you've kind of become recluse and you are almost in this hermit mode, but it's not necessarily what your heart and soul want to experience at this time. So there's kind of mixed messages here. With the Moon card, definitely some illusions, not wanting to see things clearly. And it has to do, for me, with this Four of Pentacles, whatever this represents for you. So if this is about, maybe you are spending too much money and it's not getting you closer to your financial goals, or maybe you are hoarding your money and not enjoying yourself. There's almost a sense of wanting to control how something unfolds, whatever that Four of Pentacles means to you. It's about trying to, kind of have a tight grip on how it's going to unfold and have a tight grip on how you hold on to the things that you have in your life. This is about security, but it's almost security to the extreme, where it's, maybe instead of actually creating security, you are creating this wall around yourself that doesn't let other people get in, or you're creating this wall around yourself that doesn't allow you to enjoy the fruits of your labor. This is about bringing things into balance, because for some of you, it's kind of very imbalanced right now. And it has to do with control. It has to do with the fear of missing out. Actually, let me correct that. It's not the fear of missing out. It's the fear of not having what you need, and the fear of getting hurt. For some of you, there's scarcity mindset at play here. And there's an opportunity to realize something with this Ace of Swords. There's an aha moment that's available to you. But with this Moon card here, for some of you, you're not wanting to see it. It's almost like deep down something isn't going the way that perhaps you'd want it to go. But at the same time, you may be like, do I really need to get close to people? For some of you, this is about relationships. I feel like this is kind of split half and half. Like for half of you, it could be about, the money, the security, the material items. But I'm also getting, for a good amount of you, this is about connections. This is about keeping yourself safe, focusing on the things that you can control, focusing on the things that, that don't require you to be vulnerable. Because I'm kind of focused in this image that she is holding her coin purse here, but there's like a rail, there's a divide here, and this is where, if you look here, this is where the town is at. This is where everybody else is at. So she's purposely keeping herself separate, and she's focused on her material items, but that's not necessarily bringing joy at this point. It's not necessarily helping. So for some of you, it's an opportunity to refocus on what it is that you want. Whether it's, I want to create wealth, but I also want to be able to enjoy my hard work. Or I want to connect to people, but I also want to have my, sense of safety. And again, this almost feels like I have to keep myself away from certain people because I don't want to get hurt. For some of you, you've been hurt, you've put yourself out there, and it hasn't quite panned out in the way that you wanted it to. So the focus right now is on doing some shadow work, looking past your illusions, looking past the lies that you tell yourself. And we all do that. We all lie to ourselves. We all tell ourselves, convince ourselves of certain things. And as you do that, open yourself up to have some sort of realization, some sort of clarity come in. Let's see for this pile, what needs to be surrendered. Yeah, this is it. With this Four of Pentacles, there's definitely fear here. Again, it's going to be different things for different people, but there's a fear and the sense of control, or at least wanting to be in control and not wanting to get hurt. So if this is money, it's more about getting hurt in the sense of not having enough. If this is about connections to people, it's like, I don't want to put myself out there and risk getting hurt. Because again, this pile, this has already happened to you. So we have, let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. And right now for this pile, you definitely have the opportunity to bring in more balance, to clear some karma here. And remember, karma is not good or bad. It's just cause and effect. So if I make X choice, then Y is going to happen in its place. So if I go left, this is going to be the result. If I go right, this is going to be the result. That's really what karma comes down to. I do not see these cards before you do, but look at it here. Surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. That's exactly what's coming in, because look at this. This was what I focused on in this image. She's here. She's trying to focus on material things. She's trying to focus on the things that she can hold on to. There's this divide here, and then this is where the community is at. This is where people are at. For some of you, you are ready to connect, but you are scared. There is a fear of getting hurt. There's a fear of, you know, there's a fear of being out of control. But again, in reality, are we ever in control? Let's see what we have here with the wisdom of the oracle. No place like home. Yes, look at that 4 of Pentacles there. And then we have TikTok. For some of you, you're starting to feel like you're running out of time. And it depends on what this is about. Again, different situations for different people. But there's almost a sense of like push and pull happening for this group where it's like, you know you want more, but at the same time, you're keeping yourself exactly where you're at, or you're keeping yourself safe, or what you deem to be safe, right? And with no place like home, this is about you seeking this feeling of home. For this pile, look at what you have in your 4th house in the natal chart or in your transit chart, because I feel like that area is quite active for you. For some of you, you may have Neptune or Pisces in the 4th house. But there's this sense of like you're seeking something, but you can't quite put your finger on it, and you can't quite figure out exactly what you are seeking. It's almost this feeling, you know, when there's no place like home. If we want to take it back to the Wizard of Oz, right? There's no place like home, and she's like clicking her red shoes together. It's this sense of, you know, coming home, this sense of comfort, safety that you are seeking. But for some of you, you are seeking it in the wrong way. You are seeking it through material gain, through material worth, if you will. And while those things are good to have and they're important to have, especially, you know, 2022 with inflation, there's also this sense of it's still not enough and you need something else. So this is about balance. For this pile, it's not about saying, you know, I'm just going to completely forget about my finances, about working hard. No, because that's also important. And I do think to some level for my pile number 1s, it's important to have security, safety, as it is for everyone else. But it's also about finding balance and finding connection. And for some of you, realizing that no, time is not running out, but that sense of urgency is there for a reason. See what we have with the astrology cards. 7th house relating, absolutely. And then we have trine with flow. Yeah, right now what you're being encouraged to do is to let go. We have trine here with flow. It's about allowing things to happen. We also have the moon there, which is about, you know, water energy, Pisces energy, allowing things to flow, allowing things to move about. With the 7th house of relating, your relationships, your connections are being brought to the forefront. And this is what requires focus and dedication. Where do you want your connections, your relationships to go? What do you want to experience? For some of you, you are at a point in time where that is what's coming up for focus right now. You know, who do I want to spend my time with? What type of people do I want around me? For some of you, if you are already in a relationship, how can I give this more time and energy? If you are seeking a romantic relationship, what do I want in a partner, and how can I find that? How can I put myself out there? How can I open myself up for that to come in? You know, friendships, the same thing. What do I want? And what's interesting here is, you know, the 7th house is Libra energy, and we see those scales there. We have justice here, more Libra energy. For some of you, you may be a Libra sun, moon, or rising. You could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces as well. We do have a little bit of everything, but those are the ones that are standing out to me. Now, that being said, you do not have to be any of those signs in order for this message to resonate for you. But pile number 1, also look at your 7th house in your natal chart and in your transit chart if you are into astrology, and see what's happening there, because something is being activated. 4th house, 7th house, something is being activated. For most of you, not all of you. Let's see what else we have. Forgive. And we have journey. For some of you, you are undertaking a new journey. And we see that snake there. This is about healing. For my pile number ones, this is about healing. This is about taking the time to heal. You are also understanding these cycles. You are understanding how everything is connected. You are understanding how things are always constantly changing, but also the cycles that you're in, the patterns that you're in. Forgive is coming up because I do think for some of you, as I said earlier on in the reading, there's this need to forgive, whether it's yourself, another person. And when we forgive other people, it's not necessarily about them. It's to release ourselves from that energy, from that hold that situation a person had or has on you. And when you forgive yourself, one thing that you can remind yourself of, pile number one, is that you did the best that you could with the information you had at the time. You know, when we look back, it's easy to say, I should have done this. But in reality, you did the best that you could with the information you had available to you at that time. Don't forget that. Let's see what else we have for you. And we have sensuality, absolutely. And we have forgiveness again. Yeah, look at this image here. This forgiveness for you is about you setting yourself free. You liberating yourself from the cage that you put yourself. This image summarizes the entire reading perfectly. This is about you saying, I've had enough of being in this energy for what other people have done. I am going to take control back, and I get to decide that I get to free myself. I'm no longer going to cage myself in because I feel like that's what I need to do. This is about you fully forgiving yourself for anything that you think you may have done or any fault you think you may have in something that has happened in the past. And for many of you, this has to do with a relationship, whether it was a friendship, a family relationship, or a romantic relationship. And with sensuality, it's about you reconnecting to yourself, to your body, feeling good about yourself, feeling connected to your body, being able to connect with other people, relate to other people's seventh house. And we have 3 cards about forgiveness at this point. We have red with forgive. For some of you doing a cleansing bath, whether you can use some herbs, some essential oils, something very intentional, because with this 10 here, it's a closing, you know, it's a cycle ending, it's something coming to an end, but 1 + 0 is also 1, which is the new beginning. Do something almost like a ritual to fully release this. And look at this, protest with start a revolution. For some of you, you are getting comfortable in your own body. And this is what the next chapter, this is what the journey is right now. The next chapter, the next leg of the journey is about you getting comfortable within your own body. Let's see what we have as far as crystals. And we have Auralite. And I am going to read from the book for these because I am not familiar. And Mukite Jasper. So let's see what we have. Let's see what the message are for these. And this is the deck that I am using. So let's start with the Mukite. I probably am butchering that. I'm sure someone will let me know. Jasper, and it says, Mukite Jasper balances inner and outer experiences. It encourages versatility and openness to new experiences, helping you to choose the right path. And this is saying you are what you eat. Good nutrition with wholesome organic foods sustains your well-being. And it is related to the Earth Star Chakra, the base chakra, which is the root chakra, and the sacral chakra. And the timing on this one is Leo energy. And it says, a powerful being, you have roots that go far back into the past. What you dreamed, you created. Reap rewards or rectify imbalances. Turn failure into a learning experience and start again. Remember to offer friendship to assist others who thread the same path. Your instinctive wisdom inspires them. So about imbalance here, definitely talking about relationships as well. And let's take a look at Auralite. And that says, Auralite 23 has a sedative effect on the mind, stilling it so that profound healing and conscious connection with your soul, the universal mind, and higher dimension occurs. Aligning to as above, so below, as without, so within, leads to a sense of rightness and immense well-being. You are a multi-layered soul on a course of accelerated spiritual growth. You came to Earth to share your knowledge. You have an ability to move between different dimensions to anchor new vibrations into the Earth plane. The slowness and seeming impossibility of this task have brought disillusionment and discontent. But do not despair. Raise your own consciousness and others will follow. That's crazy because these two cards have also kind of summed up the entire reading. So the final two cards are going to be timing cards, just important timing, anything that you need to know about when you're going to start to see change. Monday, swap ideas, seek advice. Again, that message of connecting, the number 2, which is about balance and connecting coming up here. And then 3, it will work out soon, 3 days and 3 weeks. And we have the number 3, which is a number of communication. The number 3 is also about, communication, how you relate to others. So 2 and 3, bringing balance and communicating. But the next 3 days, 3 weeks, if you start to do the work, if you start to focus on the changes that you want to make, you are going to see certain changes. And Monday, so it could be Monday 3 weeks from now. I am recording this on a Monday. But the most important message for me coming from this Monday card is seek advice, connect, right? Pile number 1, that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you like what you see. Share the video if you think it's worth sharing. It'll help the channel out. Leave a comment to help with the algorithm. I am sending you so much blessings, so much love, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the moon earrings, if I can pick them up. There we go. I will show them on camera. I'm going to put them down here. And I got these on Etsy. If anyone was curious, if you need the link, let me know. I will include it, but I ordered them from Etsy. So as a reminder, it is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And we're looking at messages from Aphrodite. What requires your focus and dedication at this time? Let's see what we have here. We have the Star, Temperance, very interesting, Fool, so far 3 majors. Let's see what else we have, and 8 of Cups. All right, so pile number 2, what requires focus and dedication right now is your dreams. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to achieve? What is your wish? What is, your inspiration? What is the life that you envision for yourself? For some of you, there's almost, because we have the 8 of Cups and we have Temperance here. So there's an imbalance somewhere. And this could be because you've been through some things that have kind of left you a little bit hesitant, a little bit overly cautious, and you're kind of being called to embrace your dream, to embrace the things that you want to create in your life, to embrace, the life that you want to live. You get to choose who you become every single day, and you do that by taking steps every single day towards becoming that person, towards becoming that best version of yourself. And this is kind of saying, for some of you, you're in this in-between phase. You're in this phase of transition. You're in this phase of walking away from something to walk towards something else. And you're having to learn how to bring balance, how to figure out how to make things work, because you're in new territory, pile number 2. So for some of you, with this Fool card, what you need to do is take a leap of faith. Try something new. Give yourself a chance to explore something new, whether it's something that you are already aware of or just giving yourself the chance to go and try new things and see what the things that you love, what you care about are. Now, again, we have the Star, Temperance, and the Fool card here. all major arcanas. I feel like for pile number 2s, for some of you, your North Node is being activated at this time. It's about, where am I headed? What do I want? But again, it's about doing this through very real actions, through very intentional actions that you get to decide every single day. So you focus on who you want to be. You decide that, and remember, you can decide every single day, who do I want to be today? And it's going to be ever changing, ever evolving. So with the Fool here, not being afraid to take a leap of faith, or not being afraid to try something new, to go on a new adventure, to leave something behind with the Eight of Cups, release anything that no longer serves you, anything that is no longer working for you, in order to move towards a new horizon, in order to move towards a new beginning. For some of my pile number 2s, this has to do with career. For others of you, this has to do with spirituality. I'm not really getting relationship here. I'm kind of getting career, school, spirituality, or just kind of overall in your life. And you're trying to figure out how to make things work with what you've got as well. So for some of you, it's not about completely walking away from something. It's about kind of changing and evolving and turning what you have into something else, expanding it, growing with it. For some of you, you are meant to be seen. You are meant to, what's the word here? To stand out. And some of you are a little bit hesitant to allow yourself to be seen. You could be someone who is shy. You could be someone who has a little bit of an imposter syndrome going down. But there's a lot here that you bring into this world that wants to take it to the next step. I'm getting, for someone, this could be a very specific message, but for someone here, you're getting ready to walk away from a career to start something else. And for this person, it could be something spiritual. It could be that you're leaving like a traditional career to do something more spiritual. And you've kind of been transitioning. You've been wanting to do this for a while. That's a very specific message coming in. For others, you could work with something psychology, like you could be a therapist, counselor, psychiatrist, you could be a coach. And it's kind of about putting yourself out there and sharing your message and kind of using your experience, your expertise, and offering that to the world. For many of my pile number 2s, it's time to stand out, to allow yourself to be seen. There's no need to hide anymore. There's no need to kind of play it small. Some of you have been trying to make yourself fit into a small box. That's just not meant for you. Let's see what else we have here. Let's look at power of surrender. See what we have, what you need to let go of. Yeah, imposter syndrome for some of you. Surrender comparisons with other people. Sorry, pile number 2, I had to pause that. There was a very loud siren. So surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. Focus on yourself and what you want to bring. Again, some of you are going through imposter syndrome, where you're feeling like what you have to bring is not unique enough. What you have to bring is not enough. It's almost like this sense of, it's been done before. Other people do it better than me. One thing that comes to mind is no matter what it is, there's always something that you add to it with your unique touch. There's things that only you can bring to the table because only you have the exact experience that you have. You are unique. You are able to add something to whatever it is that you do. For some of you, again, it's going to be something spiritual. And then we have surrender to rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. So we do have temperance here, and now we do have this card of surrender to rest and sleep. One thing that's coming through for my pile number 2s is make sure that you're not overdoing it to the point where you're burning yourself out. Part of temperance is finding balance, finding harmony within yourself. Yes, it's about doing the work, but it's also about allowing things to happen, giving yourself enough time to rest, to kind of regenerate your energy, but also give yourself time to check in, to say, am I on the right path? Am I doing this? Am I using the right amount of energy? And part of what you're learning how to do is blend. For some of you, you could have, like, you could be a Reiki master instructor. You could work with some sort of energy. You could be doing Akashic Records work. You could be tarot readers. You could be oracle card readers. You could be psychic, mediums. I'm getting that very spiritual energy for this pile and the work that you do. And a lot of that has to do with, you know, finding the right amount of the perfect blend for you as to how to approach this. And again, if you're looking at other people, you may need to take a break from that and just say, you know, I'm going to focus on me for a while. I'm not going to worry about what other people are doing. And for my pile number 2s, even if this is not about something spiritual, put your own spin on it. Whatever this is about, put your own spin on it, because there's a unique take on whatever this is that you can put on it that would help you that nobody else has. See what else we have. And we have Unfinished Symphony. For some of you, this has been kind of on your mind for a while. At the very least, this is something, you know, even if it's not like on your mind or you haven't been taking action on it, you feel a calling towards it. For some of you, you've tried to walk away from this and you can't fully walk away from it. You know that you're meant to do something with it. For some of you, you are very spiritually gifted. Again, it could be like psychics, intuitives, mediums, all of these things, alchemists. And time for a nap again. One thing that keeps coming up is when you're talking about focus and dedication, especially for this group, it's not supposed to be, you know, it's not supposed to be a sprint. It's supposed to be a marathon. Take your time. Make sure that you're doing this in a way that you can continuously give to whatever this is. Because for many of you, it feels like it's going to be some sort of project, career change, something along those lines. It could even be like about your own personal spirituality. Make sure that you're giving yourself time and energy to do the task. You don't have to figure it all out today. You don't have to do it all at once. You can take your time with this. Let's see, what do we have as far as astrology? Third house, perception. I'm not surprised to see this here. And then we have Sagittarius, the Voyager. Yeah, some of you are very, very spiritual. And this is about you sharing your spirituality, your gifts with the world. Some of you are here to communicate your story. Whether it's through a blog, whether it's through like a YouTube channel, whether it's, you know, some sort of communication, some sort of talking. For some of you, this could be a podcast. But whatever it is, it's important to do it in a way that doesn't burn you out, in a way that you're not putting so much pressure on yourself, where you can offer yourself grace, where you can offer yourself kindness, compassion, because you're able to do that for other people. But when it comes to yourself, you're very hard on yourself. Some of you could be Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or have Sagittarius in the third house. You could be a Libra rising. Aquarius energy coming in here as well. And we have Lavender, surround yourself with love. Be very careful, pile number 2, about what you are allowing into your circle. Not only the people, but like what you're intaking, especially like social media. What are you looking at every single day? Is it all doom and gloom? Or are you giving yourself time to kind of look at the things that inspire you and that make you feel better instead of worse? And then we have Universe, we're all just stardust. You have a very strong connection to the universe. Right now, pile number 2, you are building your foundation. What did I say? For some of you, there could be like energy healing Reiki that's happening. Also, don't be afraid, pile number 2, to connect with other people and collaborate. Pile number 2, candle magic would also be very helpful to you. And some of you have very strong Jupiter, Sagittarius placements. Could have Jupiter in the 3rd house, 9th house, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising coming through again, Aquarius as well. You don't have to have any of those, but they are coming in. I was going to say, I knew I picked 2 of these cards. Let's see. Let's see what we have here. Confidence, yeah. If you have an altar, having sunflowers on your altar could be very helpful, working with your sacral and solar plexus chakra, especially the sacral, very helpful at this time. Wearing the color yellow or orange. And some of you have the fox as a spirit animal. And then truth. You are being asked to figure out what your truth is and live from a place of truth. And not allow yourself to be the one to diminish your own light. Some of you need to work with the peacock spirit animal, which is all about showing up authentically and allowing yourself to be seen. Perseverance. Yeah, that's what you need. And again, look at that illustration there. Some of you feel like you need to get to the end right away. It's almost like this instant gratification that you're looking for. And if it doesn't come in right away, you feel like, oh, well, maybe it's not meant for me. Mind you, people online will only share the success story. Most of the times we see people and we see when they're successful, but we don't see the fight that it takes to get to that point. Do not give up on yourself and your dreams. Trust. And look at that butterfly there. We have trust and we have that butterfly. That caterpillar turning into a butterfly, which is all about transformation, growth. Can you trust yourself and your dreams? Can you dedicate yourself to the things that you love, but do so in a way that, again, you're not burning out. You allow yourself to get rest. You're easy on yourself. You offer yourself grace, forgiveness, love, right? Self-love. Take a look at what crystals we have here, and I will be looking in the book for these. Rose quartz, absolutely. This is one of the only crystals I actually know, which is all about, self-love, all of those beautiful things, well, love in general. And a zestylite. I probably butchered that. I'm sure someone will let me know. Let's see here. And if you were wondering, this is the deck where they're from. And let's start with rose quartz, because I know a little bit about rose quartz, but let's see what the book has to say. Unconditional love. Rose quartz is full of unconditional love and infinite peace. It draws loving relationships to you, heals past emotional traumas, or provides support during a crisis. You are a beautiful soul who has infinite peace deep within and enormous empathy. Relationships are where you learn your soul lessons. Heal heartbreak or abuse and dissolve toxic emotions and pain that prevent you from giving and receiving love. You have the power to love unconditionally and to support others. Unconditional love is the greatest gift you can give to yourself or another. One thing that I want to say is we hear that trauma here, but the star card is also about healing after trauma. So for some of you, you're kind of healing your self-esteem, self-worth, where you, and again, that's, imposter syndrome. That keeps coming up for this pile. But let's see this one right here. And it says, you are a being of light here to help Earth evolve. Although you need to rise above mundane concerns, keep your feet on the ground and deal with the everyday. Too much emphasis on the sweetness and light leads to ignoring your shadow energies, which become inauthentic and lethal. Which become inauthentic and lethal niceness if not acknowledged and integrated. Stay real, leave your ego behind. Recognizing that every soul is precious ensures you remain in cosmic harmony. And this is related to the crown chakra. So pile number 2. One thing coming through with this is about you stepping into your authenticity, into your power, and into your truth. Not being afraid to be seen, not being afraid to be vulnerable. It's about showing up. I picked 2 of these cards, which are time frame cards. So when will you start to see the results? I guess the results of the action you're going to take. That's how we're going to word that. Leo. So we have here 7/23, which would be July 23rd until about August 23rd. And it says, release the power of your heart. 5 weeks, 5 months. And we are very close to that as I'm recording this. This is timeless, but I'm recording this on July 5th. So very interesting. And then 12, it is going well now. 12 days, 12 weeks. So for this pile, a lot of change is possible pretty quickly. Like, you're gonna start to see it, but again, this is all about the choice that you get to make every single day about what you're gonna do and how you're going to do it. Some of you are definitely gonna start seeing change in Leo season, which would be just a few weeks away. All right, pile number 3, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, and hit the notification bell. Share the video if you think it's worth sharing. Let me know what you'd like to see next on the channel. And I'm sending you so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Obsidian Arrowhead here. I'm going to place that right over there. As a reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best, so do not force a message to fit if it does not fit. So we are looking at messages from Artemis, and we are looking at what requires your focus and dedication at this time. Magician, 2 of Cups, 10 of Swords. For some of you, there's a new beginning here. And Hermit. For some of you, okay, this is actually a little similar to a different pile. So pile number 3, the first message coming in, because there's a few messages coming in here. First message, some of you are at kind of the start of a new beginning. You have some opportunities coming up. You've kind of had to put some things behind you, and now you're able to create, you're able to go down a new path, down some new adventures, you know, start anew, if you will. For some of you, this new beginning is helping you connect to yourself, connect to the things that you love, figure out the things that you love right now, figure out the things that you have kind of grown away from, figure out kind of where you are at in your healing process. For some of you, you've been going through a very long healing process of dealing with some trauma, dealing with the dark night of the soul, dealing with, you know, who am I? What is my spirituality? What do I want to leave behind? What legacy do I want to leave behind? Pile number 3. With the Magician here, some of you are very good with your words. Some of you would be very good at casting spells, creating spells, affirmations, anything that involves words. It could be also very good at tapping into the Akashic records, very good at automatic writing. Anything along those lines is coming up as something that you would excel at, something you would do very well in. With the 2 of Cups, this is about you feeling connected, about you feeling like you are in tune with yourself, with, you know, where you are at. For some of you, this could have to do with relationships. I'm not getting that message really at all, but I want to mention it because we do have the 2 of Cups here. But the 10 of Swords is speaking of, you know, moving away from a very difficult period in your life. And then we have the Hermit, which I think the Hermit is an energy that you have been in. This energy of kind of self-exploration, getting to know yourself, figuring out, you know, who am I? Getting in tune with your spirit guides. For some of you, you have worked with your spirit guides very closely for the past few months to couple of years. And you are now very comfortable in that relationship of your spirit guides, spirit team. So it could be angels, spirit animals, spirit guides, higher self. It just feels like you've been connecting more. And you're learning how to trust yourself more. You're also learning how to trust your own inner guidance and your own ideas. This is a pile that perhaps in the past you were easily manipulated by other people, or you were easily swayed by other people's opinions. And now you're kind of standing strong in your own convictions and who it is that you want to be and what you believe in and which way you are headed. Because it feels, again, there's a new beginning here. And this new beginning, you have created this. You have fought very hard for this. This is not something that was given to you. This is not something that was just handed over to you. You have been working very hard to get here. Pile number 3, you are very spiritual. You have a lot of esoteric knowledge. You have a lot of understanding. For some of you, you could be into astrology. You could be into numerology. You could be into hermetics, but you have a very deep spiritual understanding of, spiritual laws and how life works. And you're now using that to your advantage to create the life that you want, to manifest more. For some of you, you are manifesting new connections. I feel like this is more friendships, to be honest, or could be collaborations like business partner. Others of you, you are creating more abundance in your life, more material abundance, so money, but just an overall sense of well-being. For some of you, you are creating a new exercise routine that's actually helping you feel better about yourself and your body. Let's take a look at power of surrender, what needs to be surrendered. Look at this right here. Surrender to your intuition. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. We do have that Hermit card there. Like I said, some of you have been really connected, really tuned in with spirit guides, higher self, angels, deities, spirit animals, all of the above. You're really tuned in, plugged in at this time. Your intuition is leading the way. You can trust yourself, and you have been working very hard to learn how to trust yourself. And look at this, surrender to miracles. What did I say with that magician? You are manifesting. You are getting to create the things that you want to experience. So it says, be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. Because they absolutely can. And again, for this pile, it's not they're not randomly happening. You are manifesting. Many of you are consciously manifesting, but there's a few of you that are still not realizing the power that you have to manifest the things that you want. Let's go with the wisdom of the oracle. Truth be told. And then we have observer. Pile number 3, you are my pile that you are responding. You're very good at responding to opportunities. You are learning how to relinquish control and how to let go of the need to figure out how everything is going to work, and how to be more responsive to what the universe is sending your way. For my pile number 3s, I do feel like many of you are manifesting generators in the human design modality, if you're familiar with that. If not, you can usually find an online calculator that will tell you what your type is. There's generators, manifesting generators, there's, I believe, observers, and there's a few others, but I'm getting strong manifesting generator vibe from this pile, and you're learning how to work with that. You are learning how to respond, how to observe and allow things to happen, and how to jump on the right opportunities. You're also learning how to connect to yourself and figure out what is worth it for you. There's a lot of change coming for this pile, and you have initiated this change. Like, you deserve this, you have earned this. That's coming in strongly. Let's see astrologically what we have. Gemini the butterfly. Very intelligent for my pile number 3s, and Pisces the mystic. Yeah, that's the energy that's coming in here. My pile number 3s, you're very clairsentient, but you're also very claircognizant. You are able to feel, but you're also able to know. You get downloads. You get, information that is just downloaded for you. But you're also very much in tune with your environment. You're an empath. For some of you, highly sensitive people. Very spiritual energy to this pile. And you do best when you are flowing, when you are allowing things to happen. Some of you are a north node in Pisces or a north node in the 12th house. Some of you have that south node in Virgo. And it's at times hard to kind of let go of control. You could also have a north node in Gemini. You could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. A lot of you have very strong Mercury placements or 3rd house placements. 2nd house as well coming in. see what else we have. Love. Some of you are really learning how to operate from the heart center as well, reconnecting to the heart center and operating from the heart center, especially with that 2 of Cups. Your heart chakra is quite active at this time, and you've been doing a lot of heart chakra healing. And then we have abundance. And what did I say? You are manifesting some abundance. Some of you, you're manifesting a business partner or a friendship that's going to lead to abundance. Others of you are manifesting the actual abundance for yourself. There's a lot of creation, and abundance isn't only about money or material items. This is like satisfaction, emotional, spiritual, and overall wellness. I do feel for this pile, wellness is coming up as important, like the things that you're eating, the things that you are drinking, what you're doing with your body, like moving the body, exercising, stretching, a lot of somatic techniques are coming up here as well, kind of like learning how to ground yourself into your own body as well. Because I think with that 10 of Swords, some of you went through a period of time where you felt quite disconnected from your body. And then we have Mirror. Treat your body like the palace that it is. I don't see the cards before you do, but yeah, that explains it right there. And then Tree, let them go. We do have that 10 of Swords and now Tree, let them go. You are in the, again, you're transitioning. I feel like you are at the very beginning of something here, where a different pile was kind of still nearing the end. You have already reached the end, and now you are at the beginning of something new. And there's almost a sense of anticipation, excitement for this pile, if you allow yourself to feel it, because things are going to start to fall into place. I'm kind of seeing like the puzzle pieces are coming together, and you're now seeing it fall into place, and it feels good. Some of you, in a very long time, this is the first time you've felt like, okay, this is making sense. The world is not against me. The universe is helping me out. Things are just falling into place. For my pile 3s, the musical notes are standing out to me. So for some of you, you could be musicians. You could be someone that enjoys sound healing as a form of healing. Music can be very important to you as well. And then we have Gaia. Yep. Very strong connection to Earth, to creativity. This is a very creative pile. Maybe you do play an instrument, or maybe you write songs or something along those lines, because there's a lot of creativity for this pile. And healing. Yeah, you've been healing. And look at that. You've been healing the heart. You have been healing the heart, and you are reaching that point where you're now at a point where you can actually restart again, where you can reconnect to yourself, where you can release the past, walk away from the things that no longer serve you, no longer work for you, where you can manifest from a clean slate almost. Some of you have been doing mirror work, shadow work as well. For my pile number 3s, working with affirmations would be very helpful. Be very mindful of how you speak to yourself and the words that you use. Strong mind here for this pile, like very intelligent. Some of you overanalyze, overthink. Your mind is kind of always going. Let's take a look at what crystals we have here. Golden Healer, talk about healing abilities. And Citrine, what did I say? Creativity for this pile. Let's take a look at Citrine first. I will be looking at the book for these. So for Citrines, it's Citrine. It says, a stone of joy and abundance. Citrine helps you to interact creatively with the world. It promotes inner calm. You spend too much time worrying about home, family, and finances. Remember, you are an abundant being who manifests what you need. You have that magician energy. You are an innocent, wise child who yearns to play. Joyful play creates a wonderful world. Be grateful, for you are blessed. Accept constructive criticism. Become emotionally balanced, letting feelings flow naturally. Absolutely. And then look at this. It says, true abundance comes from within. If you nurture your desires, you will bring joy to your wise child self. I love this energy for you, pile number 3. Let's take a look at the Golden Healer. And it says golden healers are imbued with powerful, transformative, and healing energies. They are a catalyst for profound spiritual activation. Understanding the quantum world helps you understand yourself. The everyday self is bounded by 5 senses expanded by a 6th, metaphysics. But this can be transcended to move into a field that is non-local, everywhere and nowhere at once, where there is no time. You create the event being observed. Allow your soul rather than your ego to be your guide. And that's what you've been working on. Figuring out who the guide is and what guide you're going to be listening to. And then it says healing flows through you. It is a process, not something that you do. Very spiritual pile. For my pile number 3s, you are getting in tune with your internal guide, your internal healer, your internal compass. And what requires focus and dedication is listening to that part of yourself, following that, allowing yourself to go on the journey. So I have these 2 cards here, which are timing cards, which is going to kind of look at when are you going to start to see things come into fruition. And then we have 7, determining the circumstances, 7 days and 7 weeks. So if you do this, if you start to manifest, if you are taking this advice in 7 days to 7 weeks, I'm getting 7 weeks for most of you, you are going to start to see change in your life. And then we have Sunday, go inwards, develop a vision. And that is what this reading for pile number 3 is about. A reminder to develop the vision and to follow the vision. For my pile number 3s, it could be that Sundays are a day that you take off, that perhaps you spend that day in meditation and contemplation, because I do feel for pile number 3, it's good to have a day or at least a few hours a week to just focus on self. So it could be that Sunday is the day that you unplug and kind of reconnect to yourself and kind of fine tune the vision and check in with yourself, take care of self, and do what needs to be done for self. All right, pile number 3, that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the video if you think it's worth sharing. Let me know what you'd like to see next. Leave a comment. I'm sending you so much love, so many blessings, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.